Welcome to the Purpose for Life podcast. I'm your host, Suzanne Roberts, author of It's Deeper Than That and the founder of the Great Reconnection. On the first of the month, we are publishing the Wisdom Drop podcast with my co-pilot, Monu Singh, and we are taking a card for the next 22 months on the first of the month from the Great Reconnection Wisdom Deck. Here's a picture for those of you that are on YouTube. And we will be discussing what the card is and inviting you to explore what the card might mean for you so that you can find a way to return, remember, and reconnect to your deepest self, where you find restoration and liberation. So thank you all for being with us here today. And thank you, Monu, for joining me in this journey of the Great Reconnection Wisdom Deck.
I'm so excited to be here and be on this journey with you.
And do you pull one every day?
I pull one almost every day. Yes, I do.
And I was sharing that I have a friend that pulls one either before she meditates or after, and then she sends it to me with what's on the front and on the back. And then we text back and forth what we feel it means for each of us that day. And it's been really fruitful to have someone to explore the depth of what these cards offer and to use them as a tool for transformation and awakening and wonderful things. So today's card, I'll read the front and then I'll read the back and then we'll discuss it. The front of the card says, interrupt your negative narratives, biases, and self-judgments. Rewire your mind in alignment with the truth of your birthright, making your mind a safe place to live. And I would say our birthright is that we are already whole and holy, and that we are a radiant, generative, powerful life force. In the back, it says, you are invited to shift your mind from habits of negativity to life-giving thoughts. Pause and become curious how your mental grooves repeat negative thoughts, biases, and self-judgments. Breathe. Allow them to be there, as once upon a time they served a brilliant purpose. Breathe again. Begin a different repetition, one aligned with the truth of life energy, the source of life for all of creation. Find your own way of truing your mind to the power and grace of your birthright, so your mind is safe for you. And I'll start. The first thing is the mind is not the truth. And if we make it the source of our determination for how we think towards ourselves, towards one another, that is scary. The mind cannot be trusted. And yet there's internal guidance inside of us because we are a drop of the eternal ocean of love. So we have whether you call it a higher self or a spirit or soul consciousness inside of us that's already wise and knowing. And we want, hopefully, that to be what guides us and informs us and helps us shift our mind. And I'll share with you, I just got done doing a podcast with my guest, Jennifer Sconyers, and she's in a deep grieving process right now by a primary family member. And she was talking about the power of grief and how some days it's enough for her to get dressed and get out of the house. And then some days she has energy. And what she said was so interesting, but I don't judge it. I don't judge that today I don't have anything inside of me. It is what it is. I don't judge that today I do have energy. It is what it is. And I was like, how does one get to the point of just accepting what is without judgment, without punishment, without pressure? And I love all the steps in here of pausing, one, and beginning to observe what is the mind saying. Is it kind? Is it kind to me? Is it kind to another? Be curious. Step 2, breathe. Step 3, thank the negative thinking. Because if we get critical of the negative thinking, it becomes more critical, and then we're not kind. So it's tricky. We have to, I want to stop thinking that. See, I have to get rid of it. No, stop. Thank it for being there. It's there for a reason. It's okay. You just don't want it leading you, but it can live in your house. It just can't take over the house. And then what is it that you want your mind to repeat? So it might be, I want my mind to repeat that like Jennifer said, today I don't have the bandwidth for what I thought I would have. And I will get done what I have the capacity to get done, and I will inform the people around me. And if I need to do a little bit more, I'll check in and see if I can do a little bit more. So there's a way to be gentle with oneself. And I want to add one more thing. And she's self-employed, so she has the freedom to take care of herself most days. And I asked her what she would recommend to someone that doesn't have that kind of freedom. And she said, you want to find co-regulation within a group. So whatever makes you calm, find a group to do that in. Whether it's you like to garden, go to a community garden. So you move out of isolation into connection and relationship so that there's support, because we live too long without support. That was just an example. I think it's really important that we take the time to make our mind a friend that lives inside of us. What do you think, Monu?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that struck me about the card is what you touched on is just how practical and pragmatic it is, which is something that I love. Like there are clear steps that we can follow to shift what we're experiencing inside of ourselves, right? Pausing, observing, being curious, breathing. And I think that one of the most important pieces that I am working and that I find challenging, and I think others might as well, is the part that you talked about when you're saying these thoughts are going to be there. You know, it reminded me a little bit of meditation, like your mind is going to be going, accept that. And we have the capacity to make a choice for something else as well. So your mind may be telling you negative things about you or being critical. And it's kind of unrealistic, I think, to just say, turn it off. But what feels like more realistic and more expansive is to say, thank you. You're here. I see you. I hear you. And in this moment, I'm making a different choice to start thinking other things and start thinking things. You know, you use the word kind. It's certainly kind. I would also add the word accurate. Like if we are whole and holy, then let us think thoughts and speak to ourselves in ways that are in alignment with that truth. I feel like not only is it like a teaching of a principle, but the card offers like a very simple and pragmatic way forward, you know, in order to change inside.
Absolutely. For me, the deepest repetitive grooves I had from my childhood trauma from sexual abuse with my father were like hating myself and wanting to die. And when I understood, because of metaphysics and science, that my life energy is giving me life, that it's a currency of energy, that it is already whole within me, and there's already grace and love inside me, I couldn't justify continuing the repetition of hating myself, but I had to have the other. Like, so you have to have something else besides the repetitive thought that's already in your mind, like you said, that's in alignment with or life giving, however you want to think about it. One that's, you use the word accurate with our true nature, that we are a radiant soul, current, living in a body. And that doesn't judge, that doesn't diminish, that doesn't bias, that doesn't do any of those things. It's a giver that just gives. And how can we become receptive to that giver and the gift and then talk to ourselves? Y'all, take some time to pause and consider, is this a kind thought? Is this a thought that's life-giving? Is this a thought that I would ever say to someone else? Maybe, but most likely not. We're much harder on ourselves than other people. But how can you make your mind a safe place to be within you? That is the question that we want to leave you with today. Any final words here, Monu?
No, I would just encourage everyone to try it. Just try it.
Yeah.
See how it works for you, how you feel, what you notice.
And let us know if today resonated with you. Subscribe and follow us on YouTube. You want to stay in the know. Remember, the first of every month, Monu and I are going to be doing another card, sharing our wisdom, inviting you to explore your own knowing and your own wisdom from it. Leave any comments you want. We're excited to have you with us and grow in the journey. And if you want a wisdom deck, you can click below and get one. Thank you so much for being with us today on The Purpose for Life.